Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Desert Strike: Return to the Gulf. Oh, that's good, I left my keys there. 4 years ago, in fact, almost to the day 4 years ago, Game Boy Roulette took a look at a game called Jungle Strike. The game was a part of the Strike series, but looking back, I really didn't go into that much detail about the backstory. There's way more to talk about. Let's start with the main developer, Mike Posehn. He had no video game development experience before Desert Strike. He not only wanted to make a fun flying game, but went out of his way to develop a whole new camera system to give a feeling of momentum. Plus, he hired his friend, who at the time was a dentist with only a little 3D design experience, to model the graphics after old Matchbox toys. And if all of that wasn't enough, the story of the games is fascinating. Desert Strike was the first game in the series, ported all over the place, including to the Game Boy, and dealt with taking out a general named Kibaba, who had seized control of a Gulf state. The game was essentially a retelling of the Gulf War, which had ended only a year before the game's release, and in fact, later games in the series dealt with the fall of the USSR and the tensions between North and South Korea, all with the same style of isometric helicopter mission gameplay. The last new game release was in 1999, but it left a fairly decent legacy, a solid series of games in Electronic Arts' library as the world of gaming was growing. And boy, this series is the master of awesome covers. This poor soldier is just trying to escape as literally everything explodes around him, and thankfully the only thing that can save him is this heroic and, might I add, handsome helicopter. God, it looks great. We've seen one of the games, so now it's time to see the original. Check your throttle as we check out Desert Strike: Return to the Gulf. I always like it when the ident screen has a cool effect like that. Oh yeah, here we go. Desert Strike: Return to the Gulf. Oh, this music is so Game Boy it hurts. I love it. And it's gone. Right, you can choose a co-pilot in these games. X-Man, he's great on missions with little hostile fire. Oh no, there's always hostile. Who's best at shooting? Am I right? You have to rescue some co-pilots too. I remember this because I had one of these games for Sega Genesis, and each co-pilot subtly changes the way the game plays, which is pretty cool. Yeah, let's go with Tractor. And let's do this. Listen up, pilots. You are about to begin a campaign to save the world from General Kilbaba. Again, solid graphics for the Game Boy. He is likely to start an attack, or even worse, ... exclamation point. Typically there's a bunch of missions. Yeah, but first you have to complete 4 important missions. Destroy radar sites, destroy power plants, airfields, and command posts. Good luck. Heck yeah. Ooh. Well, hey, this looks pretty good. This looks really good. Whoop, sorry. Sorry, first rate. Weapons armed. Let's do this. All right, we are looking for radar stations. Is there a map? I seem to recall, yep. Oh, perfect. It even tells you where everything is. I don't know what is. There's some MIAs. Okay. Tells you how many lives, tells you how much fuel. As I recall, you have to, pick up, fuel canisters to get your, fuel back. Lovely. This is just like the original. Oh, God. Nah. Come on. Come on. Boom. Yeah, I just Desert Striked so hard. Okay, so there's 3 different types of weapons. I also remember this. It's a little weird. You hold A to fire this. You tap A once to fire a missile. And I thought there was a third one, but it's not working. There we go. Okay, yeah, the controls are weird. Again, I think it actually depends on who your gunner is, who your co-pilot is. Here's someone who is MIA, being guarded by 2 guys with pistols. Woohoo! Now, they said the landing zone was over here, right? Oh yeah, and that box lets you refill ammo. Yeah, this is playing just like the Genesis one. And I gotta say, graphics-wise, this looks great! For what it's doing, you didn't really see full 3D like this in Game Boy, and this is pulling it off pretty great. You look like you have some sort of very strong weapon. Okay, good. Ah, look out! Okay, I destroyed that. Wait, where is the power station? Oh, still more up. Oh, God! No. Okay, I think I'm running out of weapon. Yeah, one thing about the Desert Strike series that was pretty consistent through every game, it's the shooting is always really weird. Okay, I needed to find some fuel first. I rushed this. There we go. Got it. How much fuel did I get? None! Oh no! There was nothing but weapons in that chute. No! Oh my god, the fuel was right here. I'm an idiot. The Strike series was like one of the more impressive games when it comes to graphics and design, especially for the time. And bringing that to the Game Boy, they're doing a fantastic job with it. This is one of those games where the lack of music really works. Sometimes the lack of music can be kind of annoying, but in this case, it's absolutely great. Oh my god. Okay, so I was destroying this, then realized, I'm out of fuel. I better drive away. If I had just kept shooting, I would have gotten the fuel I wanted. What's next on the mission briefing? Airfield. Oh god. The thing is, these games are a lot more strategic than they are action. You have to plan your approach, you have to plan how you attack, you have to plan out getting supplies. There's a lot to be said about the depth of these games. Warning, low armor. Destroy all of this to hopefully find some armor that we can pick up with our winch. That's it. That's the armor I'm looking for. I don't know what my armor was before. I have no frame of reference. Anyway, let's go. At least I have more weapons. Man, even just the way the helicopter blades are spinning looks good. I would imagine there's only, like the original games, a couple levels. But they're each filled with a ton of missions and some optional missions. Low armor. Okay, I'm heading back. So yeah, there's plenty to do whenever you play. Here's a little tip I remember. If you fly over the water, you never run out of fuel. Just like in real life? Alright, guys. Get into the pontoon. Could you, maybe put a rush on it? Yeah, this game has been translated to the Game Boy about as well as you can. And it's, again, technologically pretty dang impressive. The gameplay is a touch awkward at times, but that's kind of by design. It's meant to actually feel a little like a simulator. And so overall, I gotta give this one a thumbs up. It took Desert Strike and actually brought it to the Game Boy extremely well. And, better yet, unlike Jungle Strike, we're actually in the desert in Desert Strike. Seriously, to this day, I don't know why Jungle Strike was taking place in a city. Boy, I want to return to the Gulf more. Actually, no, that's a bad idea. The original Desert Strike stood out for having surprisingly advanced graphics for the time, innovative and almost simulation-like gameplay, and a great mix of strategy and action while playing. And rather amazingly, the Game Boy managed to keep absolutely everything about the game intact. For the Game Boy, the graphics were pretty incredible. The helicopter was great looking, the environment felt pretty alive without cutting out any of the original game, and the gameplay was unchanged despite having to scale everything down. The lack of music and the good sound effects created the perfect environment, somewhere between an action game and a simulation, something that the Strike series was great at, well, striking a balance between. And putting all of that aside, how does the gameplay itself hold up? Pretty well, as it turns out. Having to juggle all the objectives you have with keeping your fuel and ammo up, determining where everything is and the best way to approach, even little things like how picking your co-pilot changes how your winch and weapons act. The Strike series had a lot of depth, perfectly mixed with the action and rising difficulty, making it the kind of game you can play over and over again, each time finding new strategies and more efficient ways to get through the level. The games really deserve a lot more credit than they get for being so innovative and ahead of their time, and this game certainly was no exception. So, with the Game Boy capturing already great gameplay without sacrificing anything, Desert Strike is definitely worth playing, especially if you haven't gotten the chance to play this excellent, sort of forgotten series. Not bad for a game made by a newcomer and a dentist. No, seriously, a dentist made the models. That's insane. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.